What's up, Divine Squad? It's your girl Tasha Sharice, and I'm coming to you to share lessons from my curriculum, A Queen in Leadership. This curriculum was created for my community that I founded called Queens in Leadership, a group of entrepreneurs who are actively pursuing the dreams and goals that God has given them. I hope that this word resonates with you as it is with me and the rest of my community. I hope to share more with you soon. Okay, Divine Squad, so we are in Proverbs chapter 31, and this verse or chapter may be familiar to most about how to become a good wife, or what are the attributes of a good wife. During my study time with God, He revealed it to me in a new light unto me, which was more so in the attributes of being a leader, a queen in leadership. And so that's how I want to share it with you all today, although I do believe that a wife is a queen in leadership. What is a queen? What is leadership? A queen is someone who's royal, someone who's set apart, someone who has dominion. So we want to take on the ideology is that we are set apart, number one. Number two, we have dominion because our Father has given us dominion. Okay, and number three, we are royal, honey. We don't just act as such. This is not to say that anyone who wants to have this mentality can be a queen. Okay, this is not to say I'm better than you, but everyone will not wear the mantle of queenship. And so it's up to you to decide how you want to present yourself to the world. So with that being said, we are royal, set apart, and we're in leadership. We're in influence. We're in encouraging. So that's what, to be a leader, it means to influence. It means to support. It means to pour into. It means to lead the way. So we want to be set apart, royal, and we want to be leading the way. We want to be influencing those around us. And God showed me here in Proverbs 31 how King Lemuel's mother was able to shed some light on what it means to be a queen in leadership. So let's start off with verse number 10. Okay, so we are in Proverbs 31, verse 10. It says, who can find, let me pick up my Bible. Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. I'll read that again. Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. And so, of course, the first things that stood out to me was who can find. I wrote that down. Who can find? Which let me know that a virtuous woman should not be easily accessible. A queen in leadership is not going to be easily accessible. You have to go through certain requirements. Not to say that, she's being uppity, no. But she has to protect all that she is bringing in the world. We'll get to that. Her value is greater than rubies. Her value is greater than rubies. Greater than rubies. So if rubies are great, her value is greater. Now, a ruby isn't an actual person, it's a thing. So that made me take away that what makes her greater than a ruby? Well, it's not her outer shell. It has to be her characteristic. It has to be her traits. It has to be her willingness, her mind. She is. Everything that makes her her is greater than the actual ruby, which is just it's a thing. And it's worth a lot, right? And so when I backed away, and those were the two main things that caught my eye was, number one, don't be easily accessible. Number two, all of you makes you more valuable than a ruby, which is a stone. It doesn't have life. It doesn't have a soul. She who has a soul is more greater than this stone. And I'm not just the outer beauty, but what she holds inside of her. So that made me want to take a step back and think, rubies, where can they be found? They're found deep in the earth. They're stored away. And so as a virtuous woman, as a queen in leadership, as we are stored away, we are actually gaining more value. Think about it. When they extract rubies, diamonds, gold, they put it in locks, and they lock it up and put it in a bank and put it somewhere sacred, and over time that asset gains more value. So even with our money, if we put our money away, it's going to gain compound interest. So while you are put away, while you are stored, while you are hidden in a deep place, you are gaining value. But yet not just gaining value as a ruby would, because yet we have a soul, and so we physically have to do things to make sure that we're alive. We can't just sit and do nothing and think anything. We would literally diminish, like we would deplenish. And so there's things that you do while you're stored away that's going to increase your value. Okay, so that's where we're going to stop today. I wanted to keep it pretty short. We're going to go ahead and go through all of the verses, but in this video I want to just start us off with the first verse. Who can find a virtuous woman, a virtuous and capable woman? She is far more precious than rubies. So we found out today that, number one, as a queen in leadership, you are not accessible. You are not accessible because guess what? You're hidden. You're ducked off. You're somewhere creating value. And that requires for you to be separated. Okay, queens? Okay, divine squad? So as we come into leadership in 2020, let's be tucked away. Let's be recreating value. And then when they extract us, we'll hold so much more value. Thank you, Divine Squad. I'm so excited to bring this word to you, Hunty. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I hope that you are blessed today. I hope in the name of Jesus that you continue to bring value, to be a value add, because God is living inside of you. He made you a solution. He put answers inside of you. And sometimes you have to separate yourself. Sometimes you have to hide yourself to go and find out what God has placed inside of you. So, until next time, ask God, what value have you put inside of me that's going to multiply? What value have you put inside of me that's going to be used for the kingdom? What have you put inside of me that's more valuable than rubies and diamonds? All right, Queen? Until next time, I'll see you.